Yes, y'all. Welcome to Office Hours. Hello, everybody. Shakita. Ooh, how do I say the name? Is it Trigvi? Is that right? Luis, welcome. Welcome, everybody. We are here. We are live. Happy Friday. Awesome. Looks like Carlos is on his way. Very good. Welcome, everybody. What's up, Rick? What is up? Welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Office Hours. Mr. Robert Brennan, welcome. Patrick, welcome. Awesome. Good to see you folks here. Got some new faces, got some familiar faces. Awesome. I love it. All right. For those of you who are new, that's close enough. Thank you. I think I get a break on that one, man. Like, look at that. That's an awesome name. And one day I hope to be able to pronounce it. But welcome. Thank you very much for being here. Happy Friday. Welcome to Office Hours. For those of you who are new, this is a Q&A call only. I have absolutely nothing prepared. This is just simply to have some time on the calendar to answer any questions I can answer for you, help you with anything. That could be a question about sales, marketing, operations, deciding on a business. You want me to jump into HighLevel and work on some workflows with you. Whatever you want to talk about. You got questions about any of my products, any of my services, anything that I can help you with, I would love to help you. So you can type in questions here. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, Padre Island neighbors, I love it. I was just thinking about you the other day and thinking that I needed to reconnect and see how you are doing. Awesome. Good to see you here. Rick, welcome. Rick said finally joined the community. Awesome. Rick says brand new to STS program and HighLevel. I have much of the admin related HighLevel account setup done. Cool. Onboarding call with them in 1 hour. I'm wondering when I set up my sub-level account for my own agency, what is the right snapshot to start with? Okay, great question, Rick. Scott, welcome. All right, everybody. So as Rick just did, you can type in any questions that you'd like to ask in there. I'm also going to put a link in here in the comments. You'll see a link in the comments. It is a link that will give you access to join me on the call if you'd like. So if you have a question that's a little bit harder to, type in, it's got more depth to it and you want to talk about it, you can use that link. You can come on camera with me. So I can put you on screen here and we can have a conversation, okay? Before you come on camera, I will see you backstage. So don't worry, when you click that link, it's not like you're all of a sudden going to pop up here. I will have the opportunity to, give you a heads up and let you know I'm about to bring you on camera. So, in case you need to throw on some clothes or anything like that, you're all set. All right. So let me go ahead and answer Rick's question here. So Rick says, what is the right snapshot to start with? Rick, I would start with my R4 sales snapshot. Okay. My R4 snapshot. Okay. The R4 snapshot, and I'll hop over to my HighLevel account here real quick and I will just show you, but the R4 is the snapshot that I created specifically for agencies to have their website, sales process, all their workflows, all that good stuff, all set up in one snapshot so that you can get up and running very quickly. So let me just share my screen with you here and I will show you that so that you can see what you're getting into. And you can make sure that it's a good fit for you, but I think it's a good fit for you. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this is HighLevel. This is my actually my sub account that I set up specifically for this snapshot. And you can see here, so I've got a variety of website templates in here that you can use. And you can see this one is the newer one. I think this is the one that most people should probably run with. It's got a little bit more of a traditional homepage set up right here, but it's also got a little bit more of a tech/SaaS kind of homepage as well if you want something like that. But it's got, you can see here, about us page, testimonials page, contact page, blog page, pricing plan, services. So you can very quickly get a website up and running. And then you've got funnels here. And so this is the main R4 sales system funnel. And you can see that this is all, it's got all of the components that you need. And then that is all linked up to workflows. So you've got all of your sales process workflows that will drive somebody through the whole sales process and has everything that you need to then manage your opportunity pipeline. So as they go through the workflows, they will move through the opportunity pipeline. It's also, I've got a onboarding pipeline in here. So when you sign on a customer, you can put them into an onboarding pipeline to manage them there. And it's got all kinds of, let's see here, where's the best place to see this? Yeah, it's got all kinds of email sequences in here as well for you to use with your workflows. And obviously, these need to be customized, but in the R4 snapshot, you'll see I use custom values. So you can update everything pretty darn easily. And then you'll also, what you should do, Rick, is go through my agency sales funnel bootcamp. My agency sales funnel bootcamp will essentially walk you through the setup of everything that you need to set up for that snapshot to get up and running. Okay, so that is how I would get started, and happy to answer any questions about that as well. Okay, Bart says, what's up, Bart? Can you talk with Go HighLevel and see what their plans are for customer support? I've been a little disappointed with it lately. I will check, sure. I know that they, I think they just added a bunch of people and went to 24. Didn't they go to 100% live support, I think? So I know that they are definitely investing in it. Man, I got to tell you, I mean, they are scaling so quick, Bart, that it has got to be so difficult to hire and train people fast enough, especially in today's world. But I believe that they are definitely very committed to it and investing in it. Ismail says, in the process of implementing R4 in our pitch deck, wondering if there's a template somewhere that could help. Also, any major tips as far as slides is concerned would be helpful. Okay, cool. And I see actually Larry said this as well. I'm working on that R4 pitch deck too. Would love to collaborate. Okay, cool. So let me go to what you have access to already to make sure that you guys are aware of that. Okay, so let me just poke around here in my membership area real fast to get to what I want to get to, and then I will share my screen real quick so you can talk amongst yourselves here for a second while I track down what I want to show you, but I will get there in just one second. Because there are a couple of presentation templates that I've created, and one of them in particular is new. And so I think it's a good foundation to start with. There's also, all of the sales scripts that I have created for the R4 sales system are sales scripts that go, I mean, I have a presentation sales script, but the whole pitch goes right along with that presentation. So let me just get inside of R4 here real quick, and I will pull that up for you and just make sure that you're, like I said, just making sure you're aware of the resources that you already have available to you. Because I know sometimes it's easy to get that stuff buried. Okay, so let me see here. This is, so we're answering Ismail's question here real quick, and that is, about the R4, again, some sort of pitch deck. So let me go to, for some reason, StreamYard is not letting me switch over to the new tabs. Let me just start over real quick. Should be that one. Okay, cool. So here we are inside of the R4 sales system. So just want to make sure you've got the, you've got scripts here, conversation guide scripts, service alignment guide scripts, all that good stuff. You've also got the scripts that have been updated for the R4 surge to SaaS. R4 surge to SaaS conversation script and presentation as well, since that is slightly different. So that is down here. A little bit, it's in the value delivery or value acceleration right here. So R4 surge to SaaS, value acceleration. There were, this is the R4 surge to SaaS, training. And then in the scripts, I also provided updated scripts for surge to SaaS. Okay. So just so you are aware of that. And then let me go back up to here. So got so much content in here, I know. So here's the attention engine funnel fillers. And right here is the R4 marketing presentation new. So just making sure that you are aware of that one. There's an older version as well, but this is the newer version that I created. And let me just pull up real quick, again, the right tab to be able to show you that. Okay, so this is, again, a newer presentation, just using, a more current style and stuff. The first one I created was, gosh, a good 8 or 10 years ago or something like that now. So it's just a, newer, more modern format. You can, of course, just go in and edit these. So however you want to present it. And this was exported from Beautiful to PowerPoint. So some of the formatting, you can see there's a little bit off, but you can just, again, edit this in Google Docs, PowerPoint, whatever you want to do. This is a Google Drive file, but it's a PowerPoint version, as you can see, but you can easily save it as or export it in different file types as well. So this takes you through the whole thing. And so just making sure that you are aware of all of that. Ismail says, "This is great. I'm relatively new to the community and did not see that." Okay, perfect. Good. Well, I'm glad that we went through this. So yeah, you've got a full presentation in here. And obviously, I usually when I create these things that are going to be used by everybody, I do them in weird colors and stuff like this to kind of hopefully try and force you to make sure that you're actually updating it to your branding and your style and all that stuff, so that literally not everybody's walking around with the exact same presentation. But yeah, that should help you. That's as close as you can get to a done for you pitch deck, depending on how you're using that. So this is you can see it's a marketing presentation in this particular case. So this is a long presentation here. What is this? This is, 45 slides. So this is particularly good for like a webinar or something like that, where you're going to have somebody for an hour and you want to, do a deep dive into the content. For an actual sales deck, so let's say that you are past the educational point and you're at the point where you're in some sort of, meeting with somebody, I would absolutely definitely consolidate this way down. I would probably have a presentation where it's literally like about us, companies we work with, a good testimonial quote. What does it take to grow? The R4 framework. I would walk them through the R4 framework in a very conversational style, just using the images themselves. And then I would go right to what questions do you have, and let's do business together. Again, that's assuming that they have already been through some sort of educational process to some extent to get to you to where you're actually delivering a sales conversation, right? So I would not go through in a sales call. I would not go through all 45 of those slides. I would have a very consolidated version, keep it very conversational, use the scripts that I have to ask questions of them and get them talking and find out what any objections or concerns they have and make it much more of a sales conversation rather than a presentation, okay? So again, I have scripting in there on all of that for you, okay? Let's see here. Okay, let me just, I see a couple of follow-on questions related to this, I believe. So let me just make sure to answer those. Glenn says, Mike, are you planning to do an R4 Search to SaaS intensive soon? I thought I saw an email about it. Yes, Glenn, inside of MSP Academy in the calendar, you've got 4 upcoming calls in June. No, hold on. May and June, right? They start here in just, what is it? Another week. Yeah. So May 26th is our first date. So I've got 4 calls on the calendar, 26th, 27th, 31st, and 1st. Okay. So, yes, so that is R4 Surge to SaaS intensive, where exactly right. I'm going to take everybody through exactly how to use that system in detail. Those calls right now, they're just on the calendar for an hour, but honestly, I have as much time as I need to for each of those calls, kind of open on my calendar to make sure I'm taking people through and answering any questions and all that stuff in real detail. Okay. So yes, if you are in MSP Academy, absolutely make sure you've got that on your calendar. If you're not in MSP Academy, get into MSP Academy so I can take you through that and help you. We can go through in detail how to use that system to set up and sell your services. Okay. Let's see here. Scott says, any info on LinkedIn being included in the social media planner? Scott, I do not have any immediate insights into that. I do believe that is a plan for sure, but I do not have any insights as to how far away that is. Sorry about that. Mike, can I use R4 Sales System Script 2.0 for any niche to sell services? And do I need any other software apart from Go HighLevel? You can absolutely use the R4 sales system to sell any services in any niche. And if anybody cares to challenge me on that, I can walk you through, exactly how I would do the script. It's no problem. So yes, you can sell anything to any marketing services to any small business using that R4 script. You will, of course, tailor your language a bit based on, who you're selling to and ultimately, what you intend on selling. But the R4 script is meant to be universal. So in terms of, do you need any software apart from Go HighLevel? I mean, that is entirely up to you, who you're serving, and what services you want to sell. You may want to incorporate some other things other than Go HighLevel. What I can also tell you, though, is that you can absolutely start a successful business just using HighLevel as your platform, and that's it. You will keep yourself limited to what you can do with HighLevel, but there's nothing wrong with that. HighLevel has an incredible amount of capabilities, so you absolutely can start a business just using HighLevel. Okay. So could you decide that there are other services that you want to sell and other tools that you want to use as well in addition to HighLevel? Sure, you can decide that, but do you need to? No, you don't need to. Okay. Let's see here. Patrick says, follow up on Rick's snapshot question. I get using R4 for our marketing services. What is the best snapshot with workflows to install and customize for our client services offering? Would that be the 5F workflow? Okay, cool. Patrick, this goes back to, what is it that you're selling? Who are you selling to? Okay. So let me just show you my approach here to snapshots real quick so that we can make sure we're on the same page. Let me just share my screen. And while I'm doing that, what I would say is that I am a huge fan of using the 5F workflows that you're referring to. I'm a huge fan of using those in as a organizing structure for the workflow approach for any business. So, I absolutely would recommend that you use that. Now, that being said, you could use the R4 as well. So like if you're selling anything to if you're selling to any like professional services type of business or even SaaS companies, I think that the R4 is an excellent foundation to be able to use. There are all kinds of pieces of it that you will probably not load in for a particular customer because you'll say, that's like really agency specific stuff that might create it. I don't need that. So when you go and download that snapshot, you'll probably leave out a number of things. But the overall structure and what all is included in there is a really, really nice structure to be able to just drop into a business's account and then use that as your starting point to design something with. So, but again, it really does depend on who you are selling to and what it is that you plan on delivering for them. Okay. So, and that's part of what the whole R4 intensive is about, is how do you determine those things and design those things. So, if you look at my workflow template snapshot right here in the automation snapshots, okay, if we go back to my HighLevel account, give me 1 second and I will head over to that and show you what all is in there just real quick from a workflows perspective. Just share my screen again here real quick. Okay, so these are the workflow templates that are in my workflow snapshot. So getting you guys the right snapshots without overwhelming you by having everything loaded into one snapshot is kind of a challenge. Okay, so what I have done is my workflow, or my snapshots, I've tried to break them out so that they are as individual as possible. So in other words, a birthday campaigns snapshot, a reactivation campaigns snapshot, right? So I don't have everything blended together because again, it can cause you guys to get like totally overwhelmed in your account by you're just bombarded with all kinds of content and templates and stuff, and half of it, or 3/4 of it, you'll never actually need or use. So I've broken them up into individual snapshots so that you can download what you need. But this workflow snapshot, what I have done in here is I have put, my most commonly used templates into one snapshot here in terms of workflows specifically, so that you can easily grab these and use them as a foundation to build on. So you can see, Patrick, I mean, if I were looking for the workflows to use as a foundation to drop into a client's account, do they have any sort of appointments? If they do, then here's good appointment workflow templates. The 5F workflow templates are, a super solid foundation for just the overall organization of things and being able to kind of design in any sales and marketing process using the 5Fs. And then I've got a monthly promo workflow template. So if you're doing some sort of monthly promotion for your customers, then there's workflows for that. QBRs, which is, an account management workflow structure. We've got a webinar workflow structure. And then in those other workflows, you got birthday campaign, database reactivation, missed call text back, a service rescue workflow template, a text for VIP offer workflow template. So you've got a number of things here that you could absolutely, again, use as a foundation to build upon. And ultimately, though, it's up to you to, really dig into those and say, okay, for the services that I'm planning on offering, let me grab this, grab that, put them together, and then you'll make your own snapshot, right? Because I can't make a snapshot that applies to you and to Ismail and to Tim Fondrick and to Bart, because you guys are all doing different things, right? So ultimately, what you should be doing is you're going to grab these parts and pieces, put them all together, and then create your own snapshot that you say, hey, I'm selling to quick service restaurants. This is now my snapshot for quick service restaurants. Okay. Yeah. So absolutely take what I've created for you here, Patrick. Don't reinvent the wheel. Start with those as a foundation. Okay. That will give you some structure to your thinking. It will also just save you some time, hopefully. And then, put together your final version that you can just run with. Okay. Rick says, can you just make it for me, Mike? Yeah, I know. I could, I mean, theoretically, yes, but it is a challenge. So, I mean, there is no question that I could make the, and I've considered doing this, I have my leverage selling system, leverage selling brand and stuff like that. I can absolutely create a leverage selling system snapshot that you guys can take and deliver services to your customers. No question. Okay. But the leverage selling system is intentionally designed to be broad enough that what that would require is for you to be very comfortable being consultative in your sales pitch to make sure to understand exactly what you're going to deliver for the customers. You still have to get in there and use the snapshot or work with the snapshot to create the ultimate deliverable. The alternative is I could create a snapshot that's for one very specific thing, right? I've created a snapshot that is for quick service restaurants who need loyalty campaigns. Okay. So I could create something that's specific, but then that only applies to those of you who are selling loyalty campaigns to quick service restaurants, right? So I have taken the teach a man to fish approach, which I know can be a little more frustrating, a little more slow for people than just somebody else said they have the thing for me out of the box, Mike. I get that, but I don't think that's the right approach in most cases. So is here, Rocket Digital Marketing says, after finishing the MSP course, what is your recommendation to get working on next? I've started on STS next, and we'll be going back and forth as I update things from MSP. Good question. Okay. After you've finished MSP Academy, the very bottom of that program puts you into leverage selling. Okay. That is, in my opinion, what you should do next. And as I have discussed numerous times, particularly in the MSP Academy program, mentally, you should look at this as a cycle, right? If you just finished the MSP Academy course, you didn't really finish yet, right? What you did is you should have gotten enough done to get out into the marketplace, start selling, start getting feedback, and then you're going to come back through and continue to revise things as you learn from being out there and actually doing and actually talking to your prospects and customers. But MSP Academy is designed to help you determine your niche, determine your strategy, determine the services to go with that strategy, right? And then package that up into something sellable. So that should be the outcome of MSP Academy. Leverage selling then, and the leverage selling mastermind, which you have access to, is about selling now. It's about getting out there and making contact with prospects and filling your opportunity pipeline and taking the value proposition that you created in MSP Academy and putting it out into the market and getting traction, right? So that should be your next step. In my opinion, after you've gone through MSP Academy, you should be as close to done with your learning phase and should just be in action mode. It's like, okay, I've made some decisions. Now let's go sell, sell, sell. And then again, what you're going to get is feedback from the marketplace where they're going to say, oh, you're overpriced here, or you're under featured there or whatever, and you're going to go back through and start making changes. But from that point forward, it should be all about building your opportunity pipeline at all times. Sales and marketing, sales and marketing, sales and marketing. What you're figuring out on the service side of things needs to happen a little bit in the background now, as you become a sales and marketing machine, right? I mean, really that should become the focus of your business, is sales and marketing, sales and marketing, sales and marketing, and the service delivery, to a large extent, it becomes a little bit secondary. I mean, you've done most of your homework now in creating those services. It's time to, just get out there in the marketplace and get going. Okay. Never finish, circle of life. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. I mean, I've, every single time I've rolled out a new service, in that first year in particular, I go and revise it, major revisions, like probably 4 times, like once every few months. I go back through and like, oh yeah, we got that screwed up, So that is the way it goes. But again, in my opinion, the way that I would love, and not everybody does this, not everybody's listening to me, damn it. But the way that I would love is for people to do this is you go through MSP Academy, you make some decisions, you put a stake in the ground and say, hey, starting tomorrow, I'm selling to this niche with this strategy, this value proposition, this set of services at these price points. And then you go. And then, again, you start getting feedback from the marketplace. Within a handful of months, you will either be ready to probably make a pretty good round of revisions to what you initially put out there, because you took some guesses and made some assumptions that were not, ideal. Or you're going to have enough feedback from the marketplace to know, man, you were way off track, and you're going to reboot and do something, totally different. I hope that that's not the case, but it's possible. But in most cases, you're just going to be refining what you're doing. But again, at that point, you should be sales and marketing. Sales and marketing should be the majority of your energy spent. And the revisions that you're making to your services at that point should be relatively minor. You should not be reinventing the wheel. You should not be daydreaming about other niches every day. You should not be honestly watching, 10 different webinars a month about new services you could potentially do because, somebody said those are the ones that are going to make a bunch of money. And right. I mean, you gotta stick to your guns and be out there selling and delivering value. Okay. That's the way I would like everybody to go through it. So let's see here. Cool. I just showed the snapshots. Lots of good questions here, folks. Tim says, I believe LinkedIn will be released in Q2. Awesome. Potter Island Neighbor says, need your affiliate link to go HighLevel, the one that gives me all your backend training and snapshots for agency stuff. I know there's 2 ways to sign up. So Alex, if you just go to, actually, I probably have it in a banner here. Yeah, if you just go to servicesthatscale.com/HighLevel, you'll be all set. Just sign up using that link, the links that are on that page, and that will get you in there. Otherwise, if you wanted to see like everything that's included in that top tier bonus program, go to servicesthatscale.com/MSPA. And that will have, again, there's a link on that page to sign up for HighLevel through me. But it's also got a breakdown of everything that's included, all the details and stuff. So, and for anybody who wants to get into that R4 intensive, go here, sign up for MSP Academy. If you're already a HighLevel customer, okay, and you want to upgrade through me, if you upgrade through me to Unlimited or to Pro, you'll still get access to MSP Academy at no cost, okay? So I try and make this as simple as possible. If you are giving me the benefit of using HighLevel through me, I get commission and you get MSP Academy at no cost. So please take advantage of that. Okay. And thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. Let's see here. So back to the comments. Larry says, I rebranded and edited that marketing presentation. It looks good. I built a follow-up deck with pricing and R4 services itemized. It's a work in progress, but would love to show you for comments. Yeah, absolutely, Larry. You can show us right now here on the call if you like. Just use that link that I shared and you can join on the call and we can share your screen. Okay. Or if you have a link to it, like if it's a Google Drive link or something like that, you can just post it here in the comments and I'll pull it up and go through it. Which course do you find those snapshots in? Those are in the Services That Scale Mastermind. Services That Scale Mastermind, okay? Which if you're in MSP Academy, you have access to that. If you're in Services That Scale Mastermind, obviously you have access to it, okay? Damn, Stephen Covey, that's awesome. I would pay to buy a snapshot for my niche because I'm tired and overwhelmed with learning all of Go High Level. Yeah, I hear you. I really do. And I do think that there are cases out there where you can do that and you can have success, at least as, you know, at least as buying that as a foundation that you're going to work with so you're not starting from scratch. Okay. I do. There are those cases out there where you can do that. But I got to say that if you are, I just think that's the best you're going to get is using that as a foundation. In almost all cases, you're still going to have to understand it and build upon it, or you're just going to have no control and differentiation of your business, really, right? I mean, if you just get somebody else's snapshot and just say, I'm just going to do whatever you're telling me to do, then you're a salesperson. And that is not the worst thing in the world, but you've also then just got to understand that whatever they do or fail to do in developing that snapshot and developing services around that snapshot, you're just kind of beholden to that, right? So if you want to build a business where you're in control and you can differentiate your services, you're just going to have to dig in and bite the bullet. And I do understand that it's intimidating. I really do. High Level has so much to it and it's got all of its flaws, right? Because it's growing so fast and all that good stuff. But man, it is so, it's an unbeatable value proposition once you dig in there and get to it. And I got to tell you, I am not a technical person. So I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. I really do. Okay. Mike, Law Hustle looks cool. Yes, absolutely. They have some epic workflows. Would you start something like that? Take one element and go with it while working the rest out as you go. Okay. That's a good question. So let me pull up Law Hustle. They are absolutely fantastic example, and they are what is their domain? They are killing it in their pitch. Or I mean, I should say in their growth, they're killing it. They're doing very, very well. Go Law Hustle, of course. So let me just show their website here real quick. One second. Yeah, so this is a business that is built on High Level, okay, and they've done they've done an excellent job of niching down and having a very clear value proposition, okay, strong value proposition, and have done very, very well in the marketplace. They definitely understand their market really well. I think that Chris might have been a lawyer. right? I think that the founder of it might have been a lawyer, so really understands the market. And yeah, just done a real nice job. So the question was, let me just see here. Would you take one element and go with it while working the rest out as you go? That's an interesting question. So I think that depends on where you're starting from, like what your experience is, what your background is. And I think it also depends on what you need to do to be competitive in that market, in the market that you're going and selling to, right? So what is the competition out there and what are they doing? So as an example, if you say, would you take one element of that? So you could just be a lead generation expert for law firms, right? We're just lead generation, or we're just SEO, or we're just content marketing, or we are just reputation, right? So in a big niche like that, those are all high value enough areas for their business that I'm sure you could start just a business that specializes very specifically on one of those particular segments and be just fine. So yes, you could slice it up like that if you wanted to. Then you have to decide again strategically as you look at the marketplace and think about your skill sets and all that good stuff. Do we want to try and expand into these other segments, these other elements, and try and become more of the whole thing for law firms? Or that just may not be necessary at all and may not be your goal. Okay, so that's the strategy part of MSP Academy or services at scale. Going through doing the whole blue ocean strategy, looking at what is the current state of the marketplace, how do you think that you can fit in there and compete and have a value proposition that's differentiated in the marketplace, right? So I am a big fan of not necessarily doing everything for a niche, right? So like Law Hustle is, at least their appearance, I don't know all the details of it, but it looks like they're trying to do everything, right? You don't have to do that to be successful, okay? You have to have a clear value proposition, and you have to be differentiated from the competition. It doesn't have to be everything. So yes, you could take a particular element of that and get started. And then again, do you then ultimately expand into those other elements? That's up to you to determine based on your strategy. Okay. Larry, how do we get this? We get those snapshots again in Services that Scale Mastermind. Okay. See here, where do you find the R4 website templates? I think those are inside of the R4 snapshot. Okay, inside the R4 snapshot. Rocket Digital, yes, MSP includes the leverage selling. Yes, you will see that in the bonus course access at the very bottom of the program. Okay. Yes. Yep, that's right. Yep, leverage selling foundation course and the leverage selling mastermind, which is where weekly we do calls every single week on growing your audience, growing your opportunities, all that good stuff, running ads, split testing, all that good stuff. Okay. Oh, Rocket Digital says, never mind, I figured it out. Let's see here. Just to confirm, says, we're not putting the software pricing as a separate item from the services. I would not. No, I would have your system, which your system includes the software, any assets that you've created, any services that you provide, all together. And I would include that in one price. Okay. George says, homie's coming at you from Oklahoma, 6 state in the past 2 months, the real laptop lifestyle. Love it, George. Love it. That's awesome, Patrick. Let's see here. Patrick says, if you're not a technical person, Mike, scared to know what that makes me. Well, I promise you I'm not. Patrick says, I love how the Go High Level guys focus on improving your conversion of existing traffic and their value prop versus pitching lead gen and traffic. Yeah. So that's a good example of, they've decided, hey, here's our lane, right? And we're going to stay in our lane. Okay. Kale says, recently signed up for HighLevel and MSP Academy. Lots of info. Is there a start here checklist that is big picture, including niche targeting and initial service offerings? Kale, that is MSP Academy. You should start at the top of MSP Academy and go through to the bottom. That's it. If you signed up for MSP Academy, that is my big picture, start a business in this space program. And it takes you through start to finish. Here is how to determine your niche, determine their needs, determine strategically which of those needs you want to solve, design products and services to then fulfill that strategy, set up your basics in HighLevel to get going. And I say the basics only because, as the conversation we talked about earlier, like I can't possibly create a course that says specifically design all these things because you guys are all doing different stuff. And then at that point, get out and start selling. And then that takes you into the Leverage Selling Foundations course and the Leverage Selling Mastermind. Those two things, if you're in MSP Academy, in my opinion, just do those two things and do them in that order, MSP Academy and then Leverage Selling. And then you should be able to come to me and say, Mike, I'm stuck here, and I can point you back to specific resources to help you that I have available. Or you can say, Mike, I really want to grow my Instagram faster as part of this strategy. Where do I go for that? And then I will say, hey, go get this Instagram training that I have. That's not included in MSP Academy, right? Those little tactical things are not included in MSP Academy. MSP Academy is the big picture. Here's how to start a business in this space or transition your business from an agency, a typical agency, to a systems provider. Okay. But it's like the MBA in getting started in this space. So just go through that top to bottom. And then when you have questions, yeah, exactly, Kale. Yeah. So, and then when you have questions, please ask questions. Come to these calls, come to the MSP Academy calls, get into the community, because then I can point you at specific stuff and say, okay, now based on where you're at, where you're stuck, what you need, go here and do this. But man, if you have MSP Academy, just go through that, okay? Rick says, super newbie question for you. I already have a website. Is there a reason I should move it into HighLevel, or is it easy enough to add stuff from HighLevel direct to my existing website? Rick, if you're running on WordPress, then you can very easily add all of your, essentially all of your funnel pages and stuff that you would build in HighLevel. You bet, Kale. Anything that you would build in HighLevel in terms of sales funnels and stuff like that, you can easily just add that to your WordPress website using their lead connector. Okay, that's what I do. Most of my websites are WordPress sites, and I just have HighLevel integrated. So you can do that with no problem. If you're not on WordPress, okay, if you're not on WordPress for your website, I would either get on WordPress or go into HighLevel, one of the two. Okay, that is my advice to you. Okay, if you're on WordPress and you're happy with your site, I would just stick with it, integrate the lead connector plugin, and just use that to put your funnels, to integrate your funnels into your WordPress site with no problem. Okay. Kale says, also lots of office hours calls. Is there a best of list? No. Are you referring to like the replays to watch? No. And honestly, I would not spend your time going back through and watching the replays. If you go to YouTube, my team, puts in timestamps for the calls and things like that. Sometimes we get a little behind on that, but generally we're putting timestamps in with here's what was covered and when. You go take a look at those timestamps and see if there's something that you want to jump to. Otherwise, I would not spend your time going back through the office hours calls because they're just open Q&A calls. Okay. Where do I sign up for the mastermind and SaaS intensive, champ? That is right here. You can sign up for MSP Academy there. Okay. And that's who's getting that R4 intensive. Okay. servicesatscale.com/MSPA. If you are a existing HighLevel customer and you need to upgrade and you need the process for upgrading, just use the chat widget on that page to send me a message and I'll send you back the upgrade process. Okay. That's servicesatscale.com/MSPA. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, subdomain for landing pages is an option, but that's not ideal. I got to tell you, you will have much more success if you just have everything on your domain. And the reason why, there's all kinds of reasons why, but to me, the most important thing is just marketability. Okay, this was a big deal for me over the last couple of years at HighLevel. Made my business much easier and I think has contributed to me selling a lot more, is that I can just say servicesatscale.com/MSPA or servicesatscale.com/HighLevel or whatever, versus telling you what I used to have to tell you before, right? Which was, whatever, landing pages servicesatscale.com/HighLevel. It makes everything more difficult, and difficulty in selling, it just stops sales. So I don't think there's any good reason not to use the lead connector. It's really great, right? So you go to, I'm going to show you here real quick just so everybody is aware. So this is the page that I've been referring to. This is the MSP Academy sales page. So this is a HighLevel funnel, right? This is a HighLevel funnel page that is just sitting, it's framed into my WordPress site, Services That Scale. And, works perfectly. And then it's just right there on the domain, makes it nice and easy. So yeah, I would absolutely just recommend that you're just using lead connector like that. Okay. See here, Bart says, Mike, have you ever had an issue with GMB texting not working, even though the chatbot is working? No. But that being said, I have not really played around with that with Google My Business texting now. So sorry, Bart, can't help you there. And again, that's where my technical knowledge just shuts down, right? David says, Mike, can you show again where the snapshots and other templates are that we can pull in the Go HighLevel platform to use after some modifications? Yes. So I have put all of my snapshot links inside of Services That Scale Mastermind, for better or worse. And I am open to thinking about where to put those, where else to put those. This was one of those decisions that I made just so that I wouldn't have links to update all over the place. So I could just tell people, here's one place to go get your links. Because if you're in MSP Academy, you have access to Services That Scale Mastermind as well. So I'm open to that, but that is where you go and get them for now, is inside of Services That Scale Mastermind. So let me just share my screen there again here real quick, and I will show you there real quick. So this is inside of the Services That Scale Mastermind course. okay? And you can see right here, just right at the very top is this resources section and snapshot downloads, okay? Right there. You've also got agency website templates right here, okay? But those are also inside of the R4 sales system snapshot. Media sales snapshot has a website template. SaaS snapshot has a website template. Landing page templates, by the way, this one is a whole ton of, oops, I shouldn't click on that. That is a whole ton of landing page templates, you know, webinar registration page templates, lead magnet templates, all that good stuff that have been built out for you there. So that is how you get those. In terms of how to load them into your account, you go and click on the link here while you're logged into HighLevel, and it's going to ask you if you want to, you know, essentially load those into your account and where you want them, okay? Patrick says, I'm about halfway through your book, Recommendation, Art and Business of Online Writing. Would love your thoughts sometime on integrating his ideas into our work. He's only a fan of blogs in specific instances. Yeah. So Patrick, you know, if you're, I can't recall, Patrick, if you're on the leverage selling mastermind, you know, the leverage selling mastermind is super, super close to everything that he outlines in that book. I mean, the approach is definitely very, very similar. So if you're in that program, you should be all set from like a strategy in terms of how to take advantage of his approach. Because really what his approach is that you should be writing on social platforms, right? Instead of your blog primarily. And the reason why is because your blog doesn't have any benefit of being on a social platform in terms of discovery. So you're going to have a much harder time building your audience by posting on your blog than you would have if you posted on Twitter or on Medium or on, you know, any other platform that you could be posting content, you know, Quora, any of those. So what he's saying is that you should be posting content strategically on social platforms. So write out that post, but post it on LinkedIn, post on Quora, post on Facebook, post on Twitter, right? So that way you can get the audience discovery as well, the benefit of audience discovery, so that people are going to find your content and follow you, versus doing that on your blog is going to be a much, much, much harder thing and a slower roll. If you post on your blog, you've still got to find ways to get people to your blog, right? So you're building in this second step, this next whole layer of thing that you have to do, versus if you just post that same content every day on a platform, you're getting the benefit of their audience. Okay, so that's the big takeaway, Patrick. Okay, but otherwise, from a content perspective and strategy perspective, the templates and everything that I've built for you inside of leverage selling are, you know, almost exactly the type of thing that he recommends. I was so excited when I got towards the end of his book and he was saying, you know, now I think that the best way to do it is take a template approach. And I was like, yes, I'm on to something. So I, you know, that is what he means by not, you know, not doing the blog. And it's not that you shouldn't do a blog, post the content on your blog as well. He's just saying that if you have to choose between the two, you're going to get much greater benefit from posting on social platforms. Okay. FYI, Mike, working on our next scavenger hunt. Awesome. Love it, Tim. Keep me posted. Yeah, if you know some SEO, then some blogging would be good too. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely not saying don't blog, in my opinion. Yep. Exactly, Patrick. Champ says, Mike, I'm already inside MSP Academy, but I don't see where I can sign up for the upcoming Mastermind and SaaS Intensive. Could you please kindly show where to find the calendar? Yes, so that is inside of Circle. So if you go to the top of MSP Academy, you should have an invitation to join the community, which is Circle. Okay, and let me just share my screen here real quick, and I will show you that. So Circle is, I know you guys are shocked to know that I have so many tabs open that I have a hard time finding where let's see here. Where the heck is it? Hold on here. Oh my gosh. So many tabs. Here we go. All right, so this is Circle, okay? This is my community. So if you are in MSP Academy, you will have access to MSP Academy discussion right here, but then you also have access to MSP Academy calendar right there. And right here, these calls are the ones that I'm referring to. Okay, 26, 27, 31st, 1st. So here in the calendar section of MSP Academy inside of Circle, you'll just go here and mark yourself as going. Okay. And that goes for all of my calls for any program. If you go to Circle, this is the one place where I have all of my calendars now. Okay, so if you are in a particular program and you are looking for a call related to that program, then this is where you would go and find the calendar of calls that are coming up for that particular program. Okay, and then office hours are open to the public, and so those are up here in the community hub, which is a public section. So this is where we're at right now. So you can always come up here and get all of the office hours calls that are scheduled. Okay. Some of the calendars ask for permission. So yeah, Larry, that just means that theoretically you aren't a member of that program, and so that's why you don't have access to them. If it's a program that you're sure that you should have access to, just send a message to help@servicesatscale.com, right here, and we will make sure and we'll get you access. But yeah, the ones that are locked, again, technically that's supposed to be because you don't have access to that program, but there's a number of different reasons why that could just be a screw up. Okay. Champ, so again, yeah, send a message to help@servicesatscale.com and we'll get you all set. Okay. Let's see here. Larry, I see you in the background here. Would you like to come on board and share your presentation? Just give me a wave of your hand if you're ready, and all right, cool. There you are. How you doing, sir?
I am good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah,
good show.
Thank you for joining us.
Love your show, Mike.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Can you see my screen, or do I need to?
You need to share your screen with us. Yeah.
Okay. Where do I do that?
That's a great question on your side of things here. Let me see if there's anything that I can do on my end to make that easy for you. I'm not sure that there is. I think that you should have, there should be some sort of controls in your interface towards the bottom of the screen, probably. It's got a little share button.
Yeah.
That's what I see on my end.
It looks like just a YouTube share. I'm on both my computer and my phone, so you may have to let both of me in.
Oh, so you need to join from your computer. Yeah, you're on your phone right now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you'd have to join from your computer.
Which I thought I did.
And right now I just see you on the phone.
Just a sec. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Here I come.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Hopefully it pops up here with Shoot, it's not showing. I don't see any requests from you.
Start cam.
No, I mean it doesn't, like, it's not even, I'm not seeing you in your computer. Oh, there we go. Device not connected, but let's try it here. And maybe you can, it says you need to connect your mic or camera before I can add you to the stream.
That's why on my phone, my laptop's mic is broke.
Oh, can you
So,
turn on your camera?
yeah, it should be on. I can see me.
Shoot, it doesn't, yeah, it's saying device is not connected. There might be some permissions thing.
It doesn't look like it wants to let me in if my microphone doesn't work.
Sorry, do you have a link? Is this like a URL based presentation you could share or something like that?
No, it's in PowerPoint. I can, I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, that's okay. Why don't you do this, Larry? Just post it inside of the group, and I can take a look at it, or just upload it to Google Drive or something like that. So you have a Dropbox, so you have a URL that you can share with me, and then I will take a look at it, after the call and give you any feedback or anything.
Yep, I'll do that. I'll put it in the group.
Cool. Anything else I can help you with while we're here?
No, you're great. There's a lot of things I need help with, but like it's like drinking through a fire hose. But
yeah, I hear you. It is. It's a lot, and I admittedly tend to overdo it with trying to provide everything because I don't want to leave gaps. I want to, so I probably overwhelmed by all the info that I give. So just, yeah, please try and make sure and ask questions. And if I can give direction on order of things and steps to go in and all that stuff, I'll do my best.
Yep. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Larry. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. All right, cool. Let's see here. Other questions. Patrick says the FOMO master says, Champ, as you get to the NMSP Academy, there's a bonus course section that you need to follow through on. Yep, that'll take you into the leverage selling stuff. Yep. Awesome. Cool. All right. What other? I got time for another couple of questions here, and then I've got to jump to a call, but let me know if there are any other questions I can answer for you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for all the good questions. I appreciate it. And if there's another couple here that I can field, let's go for it. Hope you guys have some fun plans for the weekend. I've got a birthday party tonight for a friend here, entrepreneur here. Actually, you guys may know Paul Clifford, the owner of Designer. His birthday party tonight. We're going to go out for a great dinner and have a fun time. Also, I want to let you know, for my European friends, I will be coming to Europe. I'm going to be Lisbon, Paris, Florence, and Barcelona this summer. And Lisbon in particular, I am going to have time that I'm hoping I might be able to put together like a little cocktail happy hour for any customers in that area, or just if I don't have any customers in that area, I'm probably just going to throw a get together and just invite entrepreneurs in the area, because I know it's a very entrepreneurial community. So if you are around, I will post information on that and would love to see you in there. Okay. Come to Iceland. I am absolutely going to be coming to Iceland soon. So I will definitely let you know when I do that. My plan is to get there pretty darn quickly. I'm super intrigued. Awesome. Tim. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been to Lisbon. This is my first time in Lisbon, so I'm super excited about that. Paris and Barcelona I've been to many times, and I always love them, and I'll always go back. So let's see here. Steven says, what packages or price points are SMB restaurant owners biting on, and how do you normally approach them? Cold call, walk-in, warm lead, word of mouth? Thanks. Okay, cool. Steven, good question. So for restaurants, let's see here. What's Pop Menu? Pop Menu, I think, is a good company to take a look at, because they have, one, fast growth going in the restaurant space. Two, they have They have, they're pretty darn public about, you can find the information about their pricing and all that stuff. It's all pretty transparent. So I think that these guys are good ones to look at. And if you look at their pricing right here, you will see they take a very services that scale approach. They've got their pricing right here on their website, and it looks pretty darn familiar to pricing structures I recommend, because these are price points that work. So you can see some really good stuff here. So I would definitely take a look at that. How you get them is I'm very biased on that. You should be using content and using media to attract them. So you can see right here, there's San Diego is my media site that I publish here in San Diego. And it is not just coincidence that my very first post right here is the best burgers in San Diego, because I like to attract restaurants and bars and stuff as potential customers. And so this is the kind of content that will absolutely get their attention and get the marketplace's attention. And then, also not coincidence that the second guide that you'll see on here, because I think the burgers is the first one, is my guide to the best restaurants in San Diego's Little Italy. So, and you can see here, 10 best Irish bars. So I use content to get attention and to attract businesses to me. And that is absolutely, in today's world, in my opinion, the best way by far to go about it. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't still do prospecting. My favorite way to prospect is still using content, which is on Instagram. And on Instagram, what we do is we, did I not show? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, cool. What we do on Instagram is we share content about restaurants and bars and stuff like that, and we tag them. And when we tag them, it shows up in their inbox on Instagram as their San Diego just tagged you in a post. So it's a great way to get their attention, get the conversation going, all that good stuff. So those are my favorite ways by far to get in touch with them. Restaurants are pretty notoriously hard to cold call because restaurants are busy, right? I mean, the managers are running around taking care of customers and stuff. They don't want to stop and talk to you. So usually doing something like this, or going in and actually meeting with them, sitting down at the bar, ordering a drink, introducing yourself, that type of thing. That's what I found in restaurants are typically, the ways to go about it. Obviously, that second one is not very scalable outside of a local market, but it's a great way in a local market to go and connect with them. Okay. I hope that helps you. Let me know if you have any other questions on that. Champ CEO Rocket Problem says, I don't see the bonus module. Hold on one second. And that may be, if you haven't, I don't know where you are in the MSP Academy program, that may be that it just has not rolled out to be available to you yet. So I can't remember if that is on a timer or not, to tell you the truth. But email help. We'll get you all squared away. Okay, I promise. Let's see here. Start a restaurant review YouTube channel for your market and use it to drive them to your services. Yeah, anything on Instagram. Yeah, just anything content based it's the way to go in today's world, right? Awesome. All right, everybody. I think we will wrap it up. Thank you for the invites around Europe. I absolutely love to come and say hi to all of you. And as travel here is opening back up and closing back down, opening back up, whatever. But that is definitely a plan of mine, is to get out and about around the world and connect with people in person more. So you will definitely be hearing from me. All right. Awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. And I appreciate your time and your attention and your business as always. I hope to see as many of you as possible in my R4 intensive coming up. And if there's anything I can help you with, please ask me in the community or join us on our next office hours call every other Friday here, same time, same place. And I look forward to connecting with you. Okay. Take care, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you. Thank you, Champ CEO. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you here real soon. All right. Bye-bye.